I'm Meow.
Meow.
Welcome back to the channel.
I'm Shift.
And I'm Electro.
And we are
Shift.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, so this is a special video.
Because it's a sketchbook tour.
Yay! This is our second one. If you haven't watched the first one, I suggest you watch that one first, because it's like, you know, watching Harry Potter and then starting at the end and going, who's Harry Potter?
Yeah. Good reference.
Well, we just watched Grindelwald, so that's, you know, fresh. Okay, so we'd also like to thank Bobby Duke because he made it.
He posted on his community channel the picture, which was surprising.
Yeah.
We didn't even know he would see it.
And then he commented on our video like, oh my god, they commented, oh my god, what is happening?
It's like a legitimate famous person talking to you. You're like, looks behind you. Me?
Wait,
What?
It's so weird. Yeah, so that was super exciting. We're like, then after that, there's like subscribers, like we said, so many. We're like, we're aiming for 50 by the end of this year.
Yeah.
So, you know, now we're up to like almost 700. So, go make other people subscribe. We want to get to the 700. And so, well, this is going to be for like 100 subscriber special.
Yeah.
But, you know, now it's like 600 and something plus subscriber special.
But we do have heaps of sketchbooks, so we will bring them out eventually for each 100 that we miss doing.
No, 1,000. Let's
1,000?
up the ante.
Oh.
Every 1,000. And when we get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll bring out another one. And then if 10,000 subscribers, let's just say that, you know, we won't get there, but
I guess that's a idea.
yeah. So, alright, let's get into this. So this first picture here is Richard.
Richard is the secret identity of one of my characters from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
He is a nanobot suit that self-replicates when he has like a massive crisis.
Yeah,
kind of
and
thing.
it's what I think what you told me when you wanted me to draw is in certain situations he will like split into two and one will have evolved to the situation to suit the situation or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was. Yeah. So it was a really weird idea. I didn't really get it back in the days. It's
Well,
like, I don't know.
It's basically like Dragon Ball Z had all the fusion characters, and I was just like, well, what about somebody instead that instead of having like a joint personality, has one big personality and turns into two big personalities as well.
Yeah. So it's like the opposite of fusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then these ones on the right, you know, just sketches like you always find in sketchbooks, clearly.
Yep.
Hence why it's a sketchbook.
So are these.
Yeah, so, and these ones are like, I looked up videos and they did like the grid thing, so I tried the grid thing to try and better my proportions. And I feel like the one on the right, the top one on the right, so looks like the chick from Atlantis. You know, the white-haired chick.
Yeah, definitely. It totally does.
I was like, so happy!
Yeah.
And these ones are just more random sketches. I think the one with the black hair is Xena.
Yep.
Because we're always watching Xena.
And I was like, could you actually draw Xena? Like, I don't think you actually draw straight across fringes much.
No.
So I think that's why it was like that. It was like, try and attempt drawing something
like doing different hairstyle, because it was just there and it was different from what I did. And then you tried a wavy hairstyle. And then I started liking wavy hairstyles a lot later on.
Yeah.
And this one on the left is like, was inspired by Kyrie from the Dead Fantasy thing that was on YouTube.
It was so good.
I love it so much. I binge watch it, and that thing like also got me into K-pop because they did the G music video. I was like, I'm obsessed. I love it. So
it's one of those series that you wish on YouTube just lasted forever.
Yes. Unfortunately, you know, the incident. Montium passed away, the person who created them, which is devastating.
Yeah.
And this one on the right, I think it was like you trying to teach me not to put like short layers and long hairstyles because like it just looks weird.
Yeah, like you always made it look mullety somehow by putting them all short up top.
Yes.
And I was like, draw them straight down. And you're like, it's gonna look weird like that. I'm like, just attempt it, and
I still did it.
Yeah.
Like, no, you can't make me. And I think so this guy here, I think was inspired by that World of Warcraft promotional picture and video, where it's like that elf chick and she's got like that weird serpent creature flying around her hand, and then she's like, "You're dead," and kills her.
It looks like a frog. I think his
really
face is way too wide
and squished.
Yeah.
And then the thing below it's me attempting to draw a cat.
Okay.
Yep.
Cats. All cats have mohawks.
He's a cool cat.
And the next picture is a Digimon.
Yeah. I think later on I come back to this Digimon idea and refine it a bit more.
Yeah.
Oh, and these are my Kingdom Heart personas.
I think the first one's a lot more original than the second one. I mean, what were you thinking of the second one? Oh, I really like Sora. I'm gonna be him.
Sora is me. Sora is my spirit self in digital form. So that didn't quite go well. I never finished them. I was like, I don't even know what to do with the Keyblade. What would my Keyblade look like? Pressure! And then here I'm attempting side-on poses because, you know, before this point it was pretty much straight on, all of them, because it was just like character designs.
But also when I see drawings, I'm like, if you drew a full picture side-on, I feel like it's kind of like you can't put much detail in it.
Yeah, that's why I usually try to make most of my pictures still front on, because I love doing the design part the most.
Yeah.
And here we go, more side poses. I'm trying to be fancy, look at me! And this character here is...
Windry.
Yes, and the one on the right is like a redraw of her that we did.
Yeah, because you used the bob already before. And I was like, why don't you do like rolling clouds for the second one and make it a little bit more superhero-y.
Yeah, and I really like the outfit and everything and how she turned out. That I think end up redrawing her like 2 or 3 more times after this.
Yeah, and you did, you coloured it.
Yeah, and these are just random characters. I think the one on the right is the human form for Puppet Master.
And the one on the left to me reminds me of somebody, a waiter or something.
I get belly dancer.
Waiter belly dancer.
These are just randoms. The one on the left, I inked over with pen, which I never do.
And you also scanned it on the computer, and it was one of the first ones that we actually coloured digitally.
Yeah.
We both actually coloured the first one separately.
Yeah.
And you did her with green hair, and I did her with like purple or red.
Yeah, I think she turned out to be like super Christmassy, which is really weird when you look at it in black and white. Like, that doesn't look like Christmas.
No.
And we also did the same thing to the one on the right. We also did on the computer as well eventually.
And you did your first background.
Yeah.
That was cringe.
It was bad. It's terrible. The one on the right here is when you started getting me into
comic books.
Yes. So this was like me trying to draw like the tendons and muscle things.
Yeah, like the first comic book I got you into was Fantastic Four. And basically on the end of the book you turned it around and it had portions on it.
Mm-hmm.
So you started copying the portions and you learned how to draw better.
Yeah, and as you can see here, I took what I kind of learned from the back of the book and implemented it into the new drawings. So this one here on the left was for like a gem sonar.
Yeah, and
I think
we looked up like geometric shapes as well.
And there was like these cool outfits that people had made with using geometric shapes, so we kind of took that, but like armorized it, I suppose. And this one on the right, I have no idea.
It's awesome, and I think you should redraw it, but still, yeah,
no idea. This one here, I think this chick with the flower in her hair was just like a sketch I was drawing while on the phone or something, because you know how like you're on hold for like 2 hours and like come on, and then more stuff from Heroes, getting more into it, like the comic book style. And here's like the first superheroes drawn in the new style, yay! And
these two were dolls that was inspired by a cartoon series you introduced me to.
Yes, I forget what it's called now. It's really old. It's like 90s era.
And we saw that some of them had like double dolls that would fight in one match, but most of them would have one.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have double dolls.
Because why not?
Twins, hello.
Better than one. Random plants from like wallpapers, because I thought I might be able to draw plants later on.
And Digimon on the next picture, as well as
A new outfit design for Shift, I think, because it was going to do like a redraw.
Yeah, more like armored, because the other one was just like normal clothes.
Yeah, it was like, let's take it up from that spandex days and get it into like the armor.
And we still did an emo fringe for some reason.
It was all the range back then. And what did you want? Because I was trying to work on, animals, because you saw the cat before, and it's just like, ah.
And this was around the time I got you to watch season 1 and 2 of Digimon.
Yes.
Because I think you started with season 3.
I watched the movie. I never actually watched the series as a kid.
Yeah.
And then so we got into it. But then after season 1 and 2, I was kind of like, wow, let's watch season 3, 4, 5. But I think season 3 or 4 is my favorite, the one where they're like fused together.
I actually stopped watching number 3 halfway through.
Yeah.
Because I just got busy in real life. So I was
Mm.
like, I'd never actually seen from the halfway point onwards.
Yeah. And this is like this weird octopus one that we came up with that was just like, I don't know.
In Frontier, Digimon Frontier, there was a chick that
Lady
was
Octopus.
Lady Octopus, and she turned into the scary monster. I was like, I love octopuses,
Yeah.
and I wish there was an awesome octopus Digimon, so that also looked cute.
Yeah.
But it didn't
just
work.
looked creepy. I think the idea was to make it like look like a witch octopus thing.
Yeah.
And then here is like its ultimate form, and it's just a face. That's all I did.
With just, she's put an octopus on her head.
And then we're back to more comic book stuff, but this one's more like the cartoon style for like the comic book heroes.
Exaggerated kind of thing.
Yeah, like, because I was watching videos on YouTube trying to learn and, do all that, and I came across this one, I'm like, I could do that. So I tried it, and yeah, so that was like, I felt like a natural step from going from anime to comic book.
Yeah.
This was like a nice in between doing the cartoon. So just playing around is what these are, and
It looks like this one's a little bit disproportionate, like the left-hand shoulder
shoulders
is
up.
up.
And then this one on the right, I think was supposed to be like the Flash fused with someone.
The Flash and Batman fused together, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I think that one was the Flash and Tron.
Maybe, yeah.
And then
there's one on the next slide, I think, which is Tron Batman, which we'll get to now. Woo, there he is.
woo, and then whoever that is on the left
I was
side.
trying to do fancy poses, I was practicing.
Yeah.
Trying to, get better. And, ooh, these ones.
Oh, so these started like redraws way later, but mine is the left, and it is the Saiyan and Boo race fused together.
Yeah.
And then yours is the right, and it is?
I think it's like Baby or something.
Yeah.
Baby and Saiyan.
Yes.
And it was like, Babayan!
It's like basically Vegeta,
Yeah.
because he fused with
Fused with
Baby.
it, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I ever got that far into Dragon Ball Z. I was kind of like...
It was GT. So.
Okay, well, I never got to GT. I never made it that far. And this is like a Frieza one.
I think
Frieza
that
and
was
Cell.
Frieza and Cell.
Yeah. And then I think this one here on the right is supposed to be a Vaporeon person.
Yeah.
And I was like so impressed with that chest and those muscles. I was like, I can't touch this. It's like, it's too good. I don't want to ruin it. And then, just another pose trying to be fancy. And then this one here.
The hair reminds me of those Kiss things.
The
chocolate.
Well, this one I think was like kind of like to show off everything I had kind of learned throughout this whole sketchbook. This
Like
is at the end.
fabric realness.
Yes, and
the
like the
chest
faces
muscle.
and stuff like that.
Mm.
And this one, the
This
werewolf.
was another challenge. I said grab 3 or 4 mythical creatures and join them together.
Yes. So this one was like a ghost, werewolf, mummy, demon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it turned out awesome. I think I looked up a picture of a wolf because I'm like, we don't have wolves here. What do their faces even look like?
Dogs.
So I looked that up, and then this one here on the right was just like another random picture, and it looked so good.
Yeah.
Like the face and everything. Even like now, I look at it, I'm like, wow, that looks so good for the time when I drew it.
Yeah.
And I still love it to this day.
I think it's a little bit masculine too, which is awesome. The portions look really, really big, which I loved.
It's because it's that weird thing where you like have the book flat on the table, and then from your perspective the proportions look good, but then when you lift up the book you're like, oh, the head
Yeah.
is like, it's like a triangle effect. And then this last one here is just like a comparison.
Yeah.
Like from where I was at like the start of this book to where I was at the end of the book.
Oh, good old Fantastic Four.
Yes. So that's amazing. And so like just looking at this, I'm like, wow, it's such a big difference just from one book.
Yeah, and the hairstyle even got so much better. Like, you can see they're kind of similar.
Yeah.
That's what a good version
Like,
of it would
this
be.
is like what more realistic version of that anime hairstyle would look like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well that's the last one for this one. Yep.
Yep.
We
Awesome.
hope you guys all enjoyed the video and, you know, liked walking down memory lane with us.
Woo! And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, and don't forget to click the bell and share with people. We want to get to the 700 mark. Bye, meow.
Meow.